We did do a little dive into what the witches are up to.
I hate the witches.
So we haven't looked at the witches in a little bit, right?
No,
and we were very witch oriented for a bit.
Very witch.
I'm talking about witches on stage a lot right now too.
Yeah.
But Tony was like, he kind of keeps an eye on a lot of this stuff, and he was like, the witch stuff's been popping off the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, it looks like some infighting in the witch community.
The Reddit threads have been hot. This is a witch thread, and it's witches versus the patriarchy.
Which old witch?
The patriarchy fighting witch. I broke up with my boyfriend because he said America isn't a patriarchy. So this is just standard witch stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Crazy that she can't just cast a spell to make him not think that.
They don't talk about witch stuff almost at all anymore, right? The witches are completely abandoned being witches for the most part.
You know, those people in back in Salem, they had some good ideas.
Oh, that was the good old days, huh?
Yeah, they did.
But these people wouldn't do it. They don't do any witch stuff. They really are.
Clearly.
It's almost like
if they could do witch stuff, you go grab a fucking Ayanu, throw it in your cauldron, and make your boyfriend think the patriarchy's real.
There's almost zero witches where they go, "What you use the powers to be rich?" Eh? They never use their powers to be rich. They always use their powers to put a hex on someone.
They use their powers to be depressed.
So my boyfriend and I are going to fight over this. I sent him something from here and discovered he's banned from this sub.
That's so funny. That is actually hilarious, though. He goes, yo, I can't read it. And the best part is it's so easy on Reddit to make a burner account. Like, he wanted her to know.
Yeah.
Like, dude, if you're fucking have this alter ego where you're banned from this shit that your girlfriend's into,
fucking with
and then
them.
she sends it to you, but you don't want her to know, you just make a fucking, like, throwaway on Reddit, which anybody can do, so you can do the thing and then pretend. He specifically was like, guess what? I'm banned from your dumbass shit.
I'm a witch fighting the patriarchy. I got to show my boyfriend something. It's like 10 reasons why we actually are witches fighting the patriarchy.
Yeah, and he goes, bad news, I'm the patriarchy.
He's banned from this sub, which obviously raised immediate concerns. Your boyfriend's a Reddit troll of your favorite Reddit. Dude, that kicks so much
It's
ass.
awesome, too, because he clearly had, like, I doubt he introduced her to it. She probably was like, hey, I'm into this stuff. And he goes,
He went in.
Let me check out what she's up to.
Yeah.
They share a computer.
And his Reddit handle was also a witch. For sure.
Also not a witch.
Definitely a witch. Of course, raised concern. So I asked why, and his response was, well, put simply, I don't believe we live in a patriarchal society in modern America. So this guy went in witches against the patriarchy and started arguing that the patriarchy. There is a patriarchy here, right?
Yeah.
So any advice on how to handle that? So this guy's in hot water with his girlfriend.
Yeah.
And then, you know what happened next? Within a few minutes, edit, I just broke up with him, single and ready to mingle.
Abracadabra.
Was the first spell, yeah.
I will say, though, because this was only posted 2 days ago.
Okay.
Less than 48 hours ago. So if witchcraft is making women decisive like this, I'm for witchcraft.
Well,
because bitches can't make up their mind ever about anything. The fact that she's actually activating on something here this quickly.
Is it possible that she didn't break up with him?
Oh,
yeah. Danny immediately took the girl's side.
Yeah, he's still on the couch.
Good news, witches.
I'm not taking the girl's side. This guy is like lucked out if she's dropping him.
I will say this. Very convenient that she's saying she broke up with him 100% in a sub he's banned from.
Imagine he has his burner account and be like, what do you mean you broke up with me? We didn't break up.
Yeah.
And dinner's going to be ready in 45 minutes. Get off the goddamn witch forum.
So this person's, there's a guy that's in the witch forum. So this is the proper behavior from the witch forum. Just imagine you caught one of your buddies like posting something like this. I'm a guy and I want to become less awful. I recently realized, and his
This person's autistic, by the way.
His title's Burn the Patriarchy. How do you know he's autistic?
No, she's autistic.
Who's she?
She who broke up with the guy.
Oh, how do you know that?
Because I clicked on her handle and then she was posting in r/autism. And someone says, how to answer what do you do for a living question. And she goes, I just say I don't. If they ask for more, I'm disabled. That's it.
So you're saying the guy he basically dodged a bullet.
He dodged one.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
I recently realized I have a lot more internalized and unconscious misogyny. That must have been a tough realization for this guy. And he had to join.
Worse.
He had to join Witches Against the Patriarchy. misogyny in me than I ever knew there was, and I have no idea how to go about fixing it. That's sleeping in bed at night, just like why can't you
what
sleep?
To
like,
do? What
I
to
have so much internalized misogyny. What do I do? You get up, you're just punching yourself in the face, looking in the mirror.
Are there
spit
male
on the
witches?
mirror. I don't think so, but maybe there are. I mean, in these
Isn't
forums,
that a warlock? Wasn't that your joke? Isn't that a warlock?
yeah, exactly. But in this forum, I can't imagine that they are able to, gender like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you're witches against the patriarchy, because they're probably very much so. Like, yeah, also like witches can be girls, but anyone can be a girl, and a girl can be a girl's a boy, and a boy is a girl, and there's no such thing as gender.
They are really into the witches are definitely into all the LGBT.
Of course.
Yeah, a lot of.
I mean, I feel like lesbians probably like witch shit.
You think W will make it into the acronym?
For witch?
No, for the LGBT. Will there be a W in there?
QW, yeah.
Yeah, witchcraft.
Probably, yeah. Autistics probably. Like it's pretty soon.
They are. I feel like there is a lot of autism.
Is disabled in there?
No.
I feel like that's a pretty, like you're getting there where it's like that LGBT community is also going to include like.
Is there a scenario where they ever run
retarded
out of
people.
letters? Run out of letters. Like, that's all of them, people.
You should
We
do that.
had every letter.
You should do that on stage.
I'm going to do that next year's CPAC convention. I go, you guys ever think they're ever going to run out of letters? Everyone's like,
That's Danny's
holy
hot take.
shit. Get the lighters out. Encore, encore, encore.
Well, how about you meme that? You go LGBTQ plus AAA. I have a feeling they're going to run out of letters soon. What do you do with that? Have you considered posting that?
That meme, unfortunately.
I'll tell you who wouldn't like that. This fucking DJ guy.
No.
Any advice you'd be willing to offer? So this guy is basically saying, he goes, I'm feeling pretty lost and I'd appreciate any advice how to get rid of my unconscious misogyny. That's funny that as soon as he started realizing that he's got all this misogyny, he's felt like depressed and lost.
Yeah, weird. And none of the solutions involve any sort of witchcraft.
No, all the solutions are like D'Angelo seminar.
Yeah, it's like seminars, like in, marches, protests.
No, the witches are very over being witches.
Like, here's one of the answers. Listen to women and believe them when they talk about challenges they face. Be an ally. Confront other men when they say misogynistic things, even in
That's
private.
what this guy needs in his life. Fucking trying to start. This guy that's like, I'm lost and I feel like I'm unconscious. Like, this isn't some, probably tall jack dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
This
also,
is a
where's
little
the
weasel.
spells? Cast the spell on these fucks. This is someone.
Get rid of misogyny spell.
Yeah, like I don't.
How do they not have that?
None of them. They don't have even anything. They have
Like even when they
nothing.
don't work, like you guys don't have one crystal where you go, this is like a get rid
Like,
of your
isn't the whole
misogyny
point of
crystal?
witchcraft is some guy goes, hey, you fat pig, and she goes, and she turns him into a fat pig.
A literal fat
That's the
pig,
point. Yeah, like a literal
with an
pig.
apple on his mouth.
Yeah, with an apple in his mouth and a curly tail. Then she grabs the tail and he runs away, and she goes, the witches win again.
Exactly.
Yes.
No, but all their thing is like, have you tried being an ally?
What is that, your answer for everything?
A bit much, yeah.
The real religious vibes here too. So this is someone's, they go, cishet male here. I make a conscious effort to listen as much as I can, but I fully acknowledge I'm flawed and make mistakes. It's like the original sin thing with the Bible.
Oh, yeah, but I am still a man, unfortunately.
Yeah, I am still a man, unfortunately.
Working on that.
Last November, I went to see a hardcore feminist band, War on Women, and I got to meet the vocalist. She was super cool. And when she signed her book for me, she wrote, ally is a verb. I tell myself that every day to try and deprogram my mind from the misogyny embedded in our society.
This guy's a cool guy.
This guy gets so much pussy, it's insane. This guy has some spells. This guy knows some fucking spells. Right here.
This
guy figured out the infinite pussy spell. Abracadabra, ally is a verb.
I will say this guy does feel like he's putting it on a little thick.
This guy's probably getting banned from this. They go, woo.
Yeah, he's
Easy,
like,
pal, that's a
that
lot.
is true. You're like, yeah, I'm just hanging out in my all-girl group, and you go, we're going around and tell a little about myself. The best day of my life was when I met War on Women.
I went to see a hardcore feminist band, War on Women, and got to meet the vocalist.
What's your favorite band? I'm a big War on Women head.
War on Women.
That's funny. Your buddy goes to college. You haven't seen him in like a year, and he like gets totally radicalized. He comes back. You're like, everyone's partying, put on music at the cottage. He's like, he just clicks on War on Women. You go, what's this? He goes, do you mind if I pick a song?
Yeah.
Hey boys, do you mind if I pick a song?
I didn't know this key existed. What is this?
Fight the patriarchy, cut off your dick. War on women.
These comments are amazing, by the way. Someone goes, I like to add that as a guy, I had to unlearn trying to fix my wife's problems when she was venting to me and just listen.
War on women.
Yeah, because women love not fixing problems.
Kill Warren Buffett.
Jeff Bezos sucks. That's the Bill Gates.
We are underrepresented in STEM fields. Yeah.
Think War on Women's playing in New York soon?
War on Women.
Should we go see War on Women?
I'd love if War on Women was like was actually like a bunch of wienery dudes. I was like, what's up, everybody? We're War on Women. Thank you for coming out.
Okay, War on Women. They're a co-ed feminist. War on Women, a co-ed feminist hardcore punk band formed in Baltimore, Maryland in 2011.
There you go.
Use driving riffs, in-your-face vocals, and
course
attack
they
the
did.
listener both sonically and lyrically.
Ooh.
Penning catchy and confrontational songs that touch on rape culture, street harassment, the gender wage gap. They have metal songs about the wage gap, transphobia, and other
70 cents on the dollar. 70 cents on the dollar. I got more. Go kill your boyfriend.
There's a guy in this band. Oh, there's a couple guys.
Oh, it's a male band?
No. There's 3 women and 2 guys.
Well, the woman's the one who gave him the autograph that he was really happy with.
Yeah. And then they go, hey, you want to be in the band? Guitar and drums are guys.
They probably have a song
Drums
called
is
Cat
guys.
Call This.
Yeah.
Why do they have a male drummer? That's weird. Interesting.
That is weird, Ryan. As
That's so
someone
strange.
As someone who's drummed,
So strange that they have a male drummer.
please illuminate us on why they might have a male.
Why do you think it is that randomly the one only the one physical instrument where you actually benefited from being bigger and stronger? They have a
know.
guy playing. This
I don't know.
bad
I guess we'll
news.
never know. I guess we'll never know.
Your feminism better be intersectional. All right. One more from the witches. This witch has a big scenario, and again, the spells aren't going to fucking help. My high school-aged brother recently told me him and his friends watch Andrew Tate ironically, just to make fun of what a piece of shit he is. I trust my brother's being genuine in his motivations here, but I wish he wouldn't watch him at all. Because I just don't want my brother to run the risk of internalizing any of the videos. Do you think it's funny? And do you think that the older sister walks in on her little brother, like mainlining Mr. Tate?
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm just.
What are you doing? Is what? Nothing.
Why did you know?
This guy sucks, huh? This guy fucking sucks, huh? What a fucking egghead loser. Why are you doing curls right now? What? I wasn't doing curls. Someone left a goddamn dumbbell.
Can you believe this idiot? He's shaving his head.
It's like, bzzz, watching Andrew Tate. What? What's... No, it's like an anti-Nazi thing.
What's that tab up beside it?
Nazis.
Is that a Bugatti site? No, what? No. Hey, I just saw that you followed Pimpin' Bugattis on Instagram.
Wait, are you a millionaire right now? How did that happen?
It's ironic. I'm following that ironically too, and I also started an online. What do you call that? An online point of
like
sale
wealth course or
No,
whatever?
like when you're like drop shipping.
Oh, drop shipping.
I started like an online drop shipping business, ironically as
Yeah,
well.
ironically selling dick pills and hair loss replacement stuff. Whatever. No big deal.
I'm selling dick. Yeah, I'm selling dick pills. Ironically,
Yeah, for
too.
trans women. Men,
Yeah,
trans men.
I'm ironically watching Andrew Tate there too. I ironically signed up for Hustlers University on your credit card.
Your credit
As
card.
a fucking gag.
Yeah, when I commented on your photos on Instagram that you were a brokey, that was ironic. That was ironic.
That was also ironic.
Totally
When I
ironic.
commented you're a brokey.
Good shit.
Just the language starts to seep in. That's what she's afraid of. Like he's still gonna be like he's still gonna be like intersectional Bernie Sanders, but instead when he's talking about the things, he's like, we need to raise the amount of welfare that the brokies get. Like, he's the
brokies for taking from brokies to not brokies. You go,
yeah, you know what I mean. This government needs to stand up for the brokies. Like he's just internalizing some of the language, but he doesn't. Every man, woman, and children, Bugattis are a human right. So that's what, you know.
I like this too. She goes like, she's like, what should I say to him? Is it right for me to tell him what he can and can't watch? Is there a way to do it without damaging trust? Would never tell our parents he watches stuff, or he would never tell.
Oh, that would be funny to rat him out for watching.
I think she actually incorrectly posted. She meant to post in snitches versus patriarchy, not witches versus patriarchy. Goddamn snitch. I mean, dude, imagine you go, hey, you're also like, what are you, 20 years old? Would you like to be told what you can and can't watch?
I was going to have this argument, like, and I sort of said this a little bit, but it's like, because these people are living in their world where it's like, you know, their minority opinion worldwide is like, you know, it's blasphemous to have any opinion other than that, even though it's like, if you took the whole world, like 700 million people out of like 6 billion actually agree with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like 1 in 7 people in the world actually think the things you do. And it's like, you can't fathom that anyone could not, right? That's why it's, obviously like religious, right? But for a lot of people, it'll be like, yeah, it's just as, if you're like, you know, you're like, you know, kill men websites are probably just as, you know, offensive to like other people, you know what I mean? But it's, you know, it's the exact same thing the other way. If you're reading a website about 10 reasons, you know, men are fucking trash or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, why is that okay to read? And you go, but this guy telling you to get a Bugatti.
Well, because she's right. That's her gospel. That's gospel. And
that's her gospel. Is there a way to do this without damaging trust? My brother openly identifies as a feminist, which I know isn't easy for a high school boy. Oh, that'd be bad.
Is that not enough? What else do you need? You need him to literally cut his dick off?
Well, he can't be watching Andrew Tate, ironically. That is so
Andrew
funny.
Tate must be crushing at high schools right now.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Oh, man.
How funny is it, though, that the guy who got, like, a Future is Female shirt on, he's, like, you know, telling everyone he's a feminist, and then on top of that, he's, like... The truth is, this guy is trying everything to get pussy. The feminist thing wasn't working. He's like, oh, maybe try to give this Tate thing a spin.
It's kind of working too good.
Yeah, he comes home with his feminist shirt like in his backpack. He's like, why'd you take off your Future's Female shirt? He goes, I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, no, not getting in there.
He told the girls, like, listen, I'm going to come into the women's change room and guard it from any toxic men.
From any Tate lovers. I'm just watching his stuff just to know what to look out for.
Yeah. And he's been raised in a pro-LGBTQ plus household of women who make sure he respects and empowers them and rejects the patriarchy and talks to this guy. This is exactly the guy who probably getting wrapped up in Andrew Tate right now.
Yeah, because he's like just kind of discovering himself. He's like, you know, it's 15.
Well, because he's doing something where he probably goes, he goes, you've taught me this whole ideology. It's yes, I'm empowering you and mom and everyone else, but like it seems to be kind of making my life worse.
Absolutely.
So it's like, I understand that it's like mom wants me to do all this shit, but like I'm also a young person that's like confused and trying to figure out how to be a man.
And has some sort of self-preservation instinct and like
self-preservation, but also it's not helping. Like me, you know, being 17 and like just reading nonstop literature about how I'm bad, like hasn't really been benefiting me to like become like an actualized human being. And you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, you know, there's a lot of probably people that, you know, are famous and then they kind of like become this, but it like almost, you know, it might benefit you to be a Hollywood guy and be like, I'm all this stuff, but you've already kind of in that position. But like someone that's still figuring out their way in life and they're like a guy, you know, there's nothing that probably benefits you less than, you know, religious texts about how you're terrible. You know what I mean?
Of course. And he's also probably just placating his mom and sister so that it's not hell at home.
Yeah, I'm less concerned about the radicalization than just the general idea that he would give any attention to someone who advocates violence and hate.
Yeah.
So she's having a really hard time.
I mean, they're literally saying they're making fun of him.
I know.
That's not enough.
And then
it's never enough.
Yeah, it's never enough. And then the last one, he says, I'm a 35-year-old male, downloaded a menstrual cycle app, and I'm pretty sure now I have periods, so you don't.
I didn't know that was possible. Yo ass is bleeding. And that's it.